My name is James or James with Growth Stack Software. I've been receiving a lot of calls from people asking how can I create categories, expense categories, or what is called expense head using Odoo 15. Now, why is that a problem? If you look at Odoo 15, when you're trying to record or report your expenses, you discover that under the category section you just have expenses. So what our friends are trying to figure out is how can they categorize these expenses into different categories like entertainment, transportation, different categories depending on the company they are working on. So I'm going to show you how you are going to be able to set up those categories. And because I'm using administrator's account, um, I can I can set up an expenses and link that expenses to the right account. But those that are not administrator, they will not be able to see this account, so that they can categorize it or send that expenses to that particular account. So today I'm going to show you how you can create this category account, how you can link it up to the expense head, and how you can trace the reporting to your profit and loss statement. Alright, so let's get to work. The first thing you want to do is to create that category or create an account for that category. That's if you want to track all your expenses into that particular account. Now I'll go to accounting app. The accounting app, I'll create an account under chart of account. You need to be an administrator to be able to create an account under chart of account. Now, so in the chart of account, I can create a new account. I'll call it for the codings of the account. If you are not in accounting, this will be a bit confusing for you. But if you just want to go straight, I can see that everything that has to do with expenses is 6060. So I can there's something like transport here, so I can do 961120. I can do 961120. So that becomes the account. And so I'm not going to dive into what this coding means. I'm just going to go straight to how you can create an account for your expense head. So I'll call this account office. I want to track every expenses that has to do with office entertainment, and then this kind of account I'll track it under expense. What that means is in my profit and loss statement, this will be categorized under expenses. Alright, so I can do setup to see if everything works well. Alright, so I see that I have a tax here. I don't want to tax. There's no tax in those expenses. And then the account currency, we're just using a default currency, which is naira. We are not going to set that. And then so I just keep it simple at this point. So everything is okay. So that's the account for the office entertainment. Alright, so let's get back to our expense. So what I'm trying to do is I'm looking for a situation where once I get to my profit and loss statement, I'll be able to have office entertainment as part of the expenses, so my account can balance. So I'll head direct to expenses section. Now the next thing I'm going to do as part of my setup, I will now create that expense category, what is now called expense product. You have to be in the expenses app to be able to do that, and then you must be an administrator or have a privilege as an administrator in expenses. So I'll go to expense product. Now on the expense product, you can see we just have only expenses. So I'll create my category and I'll call it office entertainment, right? And then this is costing me nothing, so I don't need to. Okay, so what account am I going to route this to? I'll route it to office entertainment. I can start to type. If you can't find it in a list, you start to type, it will now come out. Or if you can't type, you can just click on search more, and that will bring out all the accounts. I can see office entertainment, and then I will select that account. I'm not taxing anyone, or I'm not taxing any expenses. Alright, so that's the setting for that. This is a category. We don't need to add the cost of it. Let's just keep it simple. I'll save that expense category. So now we'll be calling it expense head. That's how the accounting guys called it, expense head or expense category. Alright, so we have office entertainment. Alright, now let's run the let's look for an expenses to create. Let's incur some expenses under that category. Okay, so I'll put it like this. Alright, so I'll look for entertainment for customers. Alright, so you can now see that I have office entertainment right here. The reason why we have to create this category is because except you're an administrator before you can have direct. If you're an administrator, you don't need to go any category. You can just go straight and then add your, you can just go straight and select your office entertainment. But the other users are not going to be able to see that account. That's why we are doing this lesson. Alright, so I'll go to office entertainment, and then this will be so I'll call it 30,000 was spent on that. Alright, so the date today. Alright, so analytics account, I'll be able to create another lesson for analytics account, so you get to understand what analytics account and the analytic tax can do for your company. But what analytics account in a summary can do for you is to be able to track if this entertainment for customers, you have multi units in your company. You want to be able to tie this entertainment for customer for a particular department or a particular branch. You can use analytics account. Or if this entertainment was done for multi units, like you have a unit that like sales unit, or if it's a supermarket, you have the pharmacy, you have the supermarket, you have different section. So analytics account will be able to divide or separate this entertainment into different units or branches of the company, so that I can now say with this 30,000 I'm distributing these expenses to the different branches or different units, so that maybe 10,000 will go for our credit or our debit pharmacy with 10,000, and then I'll just distribute the amount. So that's what I'm trying to say. Alright, so these expenses, is it done by, was it incurred by the employee that we need to reimburse, or the company paid the money direct to service that expense? Alright, so this is how you set up the expense. Alright, so we'll go ahead and save the expense. Now, because I'm the administrator, I'm just going to flow through all the workflow of this expense. Now, The next thing you want to do is to attach a receipt of this payment for audit purpose, and then if you attach the receipt, you'll be able to have your receipt shown here and a document here. Alright, but I'll just go straight. You can try it out for yourself. I'll go straight and create a report. Now, creating a report, that's fine. This is the employee, that's my name, I'm the one. Now, if I have a manager, assuming I'm a junior staff and I have a head of department, I can now select my head of department to report this expense to. Or while trying to incur expenses for this entertainment, some other expenses was recorded, probably maybe a ticket fee or something, or whatever. Maybe I needed to take money from the POS and I was charged, all of that, so I can record. Or transportation, you can also add to a different line so that can increase the expenses that have been incurred. Alright, so if everything is fine, I'll just submit this to my manager for approval. Now, because I'm the administrator, I'm able to see the flow, but if I'm a junior staff, I will not be able to see refuse and approve, because my manager, that will be my manager's responsibility. Alright, so I'll go ahead and approve this. Now, once this is being approved, the next thing is that the expense is now being sent to account department for payment. So all the accounts department needs to to look at it and then find out if this is okay, if it is posted to the right category. That's what account people need to know. Is it posted to the right category? And then is the amount available for us to pay? Then if everything goes fine, if the account can reject as well right here, but if everything is okay, then so we just post it to the journal. Now once it's been posted to the journal, that means that the document is now in accounting, and then account has been posted, so the account is now owing this employee. Alright, so what I need to do now is to register payment. Where is the money paid from cash? In another video, I will show you how you can set up a petty cash account so you can be withdrawing from there to pay for your expense. But for now, let's use cash, and then we have the date, everything is fine. Alright, so let's create payment. So that expense has been paid. You can look at the audit trail. Alright, so let's go and look at profit and loss statement and see how much we've incurred in office entertainment. So I'll go to accounting, and then I'll go to reporting, then I'll go to profit and loss, and now I'll be able to see that we have under expense, there's a category called office entertainment, and then we have seen that 30,000 has been taken. We've spent 30,000. Minus means that we've spent money. Alright, so that's how you can set up your expense head or expense category for your team members. If you have any issue with setting up your expense category, or you have any question concerning Odoo setup, feel free to contact us. We are always available. Check out our website on growthstack.gs, and then you'll be able to see some of the other things that we do for our clients. Alright, so thank you for watching, and